How do you properly adapt Tolkien? Let's find out. Hi everybody and welcome to another video. Let us answer the question of the century. Well, a question I have actually answered on this channel on multiple occasions, my dear friends, but it never hurts to reiterate things for those who might not remember, or for new subscribers that are not willing to go through my it's like 1,000 videos at this point, how to adapt The Lord of the Rings properly, or really, how to adapt Tolkien properly into audio-visual medium, into a film or a TV show. Right then. But first, my dear friends, I have recently started releasing new extra content for my channel members. So should you wish to experience something fun, something wholesome, something that will come out twice a week, it's very simple, but very helpful and very educational. You can join this channel. I've only got one tier, the cheapest one. So you can click the button under this video and become a member of the Min Freund level and enjoy all the extra content to come. Apart from that, when I do a live stream, it's usually only for the channel members to watch them back. And also, there is one extra video a month only for channel members. It is the least I can do for all the good souls who are, well, contributing to the growth of this humble Middle European channel. Alright then, so how do we adapt The Lord of the Rings properly? So first, let me preface this by saying you don't. You don't. I mean, you know, if you ask European law how to adapt things, he says just don't do it. Just enjoy the source material, because this is the best thing you can do. Do you want to read, or do you want to enjoy some Tolkien? Well, read some Tolkien. Read all that there is, and there's a lot. I mean, putting The Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion and the Hobbit aside, and the Unfinished Tales, you've got the vast collection of the history of Middle-earth tomes that were published by Christopher Tolkien, and that traces the history and the development of Tolkien's creative process. And it really, at times, like, traces how he wrote different versions of the parts of The Lord of the Rings. Tolkien's son himself added notes and footnotes, extensive notes and footnotes, and so that you can read for a long time and not being finished. But then if you want to enjoy some more, entertainment of the fantasy genre, why don't you, go and read some more books by other authors, like Lord Dunsany, like Robert E. Howard, like Terry Pratchett, like Michael Moorcock, like Salvatore, and so on and so forth. And why don't you go to the roots of Tolkien's fantasy, to old Norse literature, to ancient Finnish texts like Kalevala, to old English literature like Beowulf, the Seafarer, the Wanderer? Why don't you read some Icelandic sagas, or the Icelandic Eddas? Well then, but if you've run out, and if you really want to know how European law would adapt something that came from the pen and the mind of Professor John Rule Tolkien, it's of course very subjective, and everybody will do the thing their own way, and you will never please everybody. And adaptations, of course, are... So what is an adaptation? It is a transformation of a story from one medium to another medium, and that usually means that changes need to be made. Now, I have covered the changes of, Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings and what he changed in his films in a couple of my videos, which I put under a playlist called The Lord of the Rings Books versus Movies, or Books versus Films, something like that. You can find it on my channel. However, we, as geeks and nerds, we can always theorize, right? We can daydream, we can wish. as if we met a genie, or as if we found a magic lamp, and we rubbed the lamp, and the genie came out, and he asked us, "Oh, tell me one wish." And I would say, a lot of money? No. So, if I could adapt The Lord of the Rings, or anything that Tolkien wrote, really, how would I do that? I would do it episodically, and I would do the Silmarillion. So if I necessarily had to, I would make sure that I hire only the people who care about the source material, only people who are master in their craft, master movie makers, and screenwriters. They don't even have to be screenwriters. They would just take the book and just do the book. And I would hire a Weta workshop, and like the best people for the job, so it looks good. For the roles of elves, I would hire like the most beautiful people in the world and things like that, yada yada. But I would most certainly do it in episodes. I would do bits and pieces from the Silmarillion, like chapters and parts. Definitely not something of a long narrative. I would definitely not start thinking up storylines so that I can just fill the space where I think Tolkien left the space to be filled, which is preposterous to think in the first place. So I would definitely not take the Second Age and make up my own entire story in it, and then try to somehow weave it into what Tolkien wrote, and gaslight fans or viewers into thinking that I'm actually doing the Lord's work. The Lord here being Tolkien, who is the only Lord of the Rings, and he does not share power. So I would definitely adapt the story of Beren and Luthien. That could be done in a couple of episodes, if done properly. If done, straight from the book. I would have done the story of the children of Húrin. Definitely, sure, why not? I would most certainly try to somehow do the story of Feanor. That would be very cool to see, and the kinslaying at Alqualondé. And with all the practical effects and CGI that we have available today, and with all the money that the Hollywood people have, it was like 4 billion people for the Amazon show. I mean, there is the money, and there's the means. So, in theory, it could be done. But then again, in theory, anything is possible. I could grow my wings and fly away right now. Right, so let me know in the comments down below what you think and how would you adapt it. And that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out of here.